This is the frame or JFrame form named as calculator.java, which will be used for creating a calculator using Java. So this calculator works just as a normal calculator does, just the difference is instead of pressing those actual buttons, now you have to click on these buttons. So first of all, let me tell you the structure of this project. Here I have used 18 J buttons. J buttons, you can find them here. You just have to drag these buttons and then edit their text to whatever you want to display on them. So here I have displayed plus, minus. So I have 5 arithmetic buttons where my arithmetic operations are specified. I have 10 buttons for the digits including 0, 1 decimal button, 1 backspace, this will act as a backspace, and 1 exit button. This exit button just works like your on or off button. So if you want to close your application, then you can simply close it by clicking on this exit button. And this is a JText field, you can find it here. You have to drag this JText field and then increase its size and change it to blank text by clicking by right clicking on it and then clicking this edit text. You have to make it a blank text field, and that is a simple panel which will be created automatically, so you don't have to do anything for the background. So in this way your structure will be created. So now without wasting time, let's see how this function works. So while I am running the code, this is how your framework will look. So this is the output window. This is the output window which will be displayed to the user. Here I have to enter my number by clicking on these buttons. So let's say my number is 12. I want to plus, that is add 6 to it, and my result is 18. If I want to remove that, I can click on this backspace button. Then I have decimal evaluation like 4.87 divided by 2. So my result is 2.435. So it's work just as a normal calculator. Just the difference is instead of switching on and off your calculator, you have to do exit. So this is how this calculator works. So now without wasting time, let's see what's the coding behind this framework. So here I am going to show you the code of the digits button. So let's see what happens whenever a user click on this 1 so as to print 1 on the display screen. So here only 3 lines of code is being executed, but there's 3 major steps being executed here. The first is s is equals to jtextfield1.getText. So here I am getting the text present in the display screen or the jtext field, and the second step happening is s plus string 1, which means it is concatenating the new digit 1 to the previous text or digits present in the display screen. So what's actually happening is, if 2 is the digit already present, then 2 will be stored in s and that will be combined to 1, which means string 2 plus string 1 to form the number 21, and then this 21 will be printed on the display screen again. But instead of doing this, if I simply do set text 1, which is expected whenever I say that I have to set the new text to 1, so what will happen is, instead of combining it with 2 and 1 and giving me a 21 digit, it will just replace everything. That's not the desired result. As if I do 2, 3 and then I click on 1, my expectation is I'll get the number 231, but that's not what happens. It is replacing 2 and 3 by 1, and that is not my desired output. So instead of doing this, I need to concatenate the previous text with the new text and then print the result as a whole, which is stored in s. So I have to do set text s so that I can get 231, that is 231. So this code will be repeated in every digit button. So first of all, get the text, concatenate it with the new digit, and then print whole result in the display screen. Not only for the digits, also for the decimal, the same code will be used. You will get the text and concatenate it with decimal, as decimal is also a part of the number when it is being displayed or it is being used in calculators and all. So I hope the digits button are very easy to create and you will not have any doubts in it. So now I am moving on to the arithmetic button operations. So let's see what happens when a user clicks on this plus button. So whenever you click on plus button, the expectation of the code are that you have entered the first number and now you want to perform the particular operation on the number along with the second number that you are going to enter. So the first thing that the plus button does is that it converts the text present in that display screen to double and treat it as your first number. So let's say 45 is written in the text field, then this string is being converted into double and then stored in fn, which is my first number. Also the operation, which is the class member variable, is assigned equal to the current operation, which is the button that you have clicked. In this case it is plus, and then the text field is set blank so that you can enter the new number. So these three things happen. First of all, whenever you run your code, the first thing that is going to happen is the user will be asked to enter a value. Let's say it is 23. Then when you click on this plus, then this 23 is treated as the first number and the screen is set blank so that you can enter your second number, whereas the operation variable is assigned to the button that you have clicked. In this case it is plus. So in this way this happens. So this code is repeated in every arithmetic button. Let it be minus, into, divide. Thus the difference is, after in getting the number, you will set the operation to the respective button. In this case that was plus, but here it is minus, then into, and below it is divide. Whereas the fifth arithmetic button, that is equal to, is slightly different from the other four. So let's see what is it in this plus but equal to button. So whenever user clicks on this equal to button, this code is executed. So in this equal to button, so here now when you click on equal to, the expectation changes. The expectations are that you have assigned the value to the first number, you have chosen your operation, you have entered the second number, and now you are waiting for the result. So let's say my first number is assigned to 45, my operation is set to plus, and now the second number is obtained by getting the current text present in the text field, converting it to double, and then storing it in sn. So let sn be equal to 43. So now I want to know the operation to be performed. So I am passing the opr variable to switch, as 4 cases can be arised, therefore the switch will have 4 cases. In each case the symbol is written. So if OPR is plus, that is in this case, then the answer is calculated as F1 plus SN, and then the answer is printed in the display screen. Similarly for other 3 cases, just the operation line will change. So what happens is, when you run this, you do 37 minus 3. So 37 is my first number, you have done minus, so the operation is set to minus. 3 is my second number, so the moment I click on equal to, it gets the second number, sets the operation to minus, and then calculates the result and print it on the screen. I can erase this and then exit. So now let's see. So at last we are going to discuss that how these two buttons, that is backspace and exit, works. So whenever a user clicks on the backspace button, then this code is executed. Here the first thing that is being checked is that whether the text field contains any text or not, which means if there will be no character present, that means the display screen will be blank, then what will the black space remove? So to check that, I have written this condition: jtextfield1.getText.length is greater than 0, which means the number of characters present is greater than 0. So at least one character should be present, and if it is present, then this 3-line code is executed, which actually results in deleting this character. So the first step is, we are creating an object of string builder class, we need to use this class because I am going to use the function delete char at, and this function needs to be executed only when the object of string builder class is created. I am passing the argument jtextfield1.getText into the string builder class as a parameter, and while calling the function s.deleteChar@, the argument passed is jtextfield1.getText.length -1, which means the last position is being passed in this object. Let me explain to you that how this happened. Here, if my number is 789, when I click on backspace, the desired result is 9 will be removed, which is the last character. If I go according to the positioning, 7 is at 0th position, 8 is at 1st, and 9 is at 2nd position. I need to remove the last digit, that is 9, which is on 2nd position. Second position ultimately means length -1, as there are 3 characters, so 3 minus 1. After this will be same for all the values, as the last position is always at length -1 because the assignment of position starts from 0. After getting the result, that is 78 instead of 789, I will store it in the variable s, and then print it in the display screen or the text field by setting this function setText. But as s is the object of string builder class, first I need to convert it to string, and by calling the function toString. So I am calling the function s.toString so as to convert a string builder into a string object. So in this way backspace works. And for exit, you just need to do the on-off coding, in which you will be calling just a simple function, which is system.exit0. When you will call this function, the program will the JFrame form execution will terminate and your code will end. So this is the desired output when we are using system.exit0. So let's see the output. So for the final time, we are going to see the evaluation of this code, so as to observe the working of backspace and exit button. So when I run the code, the first number I am writing is 348. So when I click on backspace, the working will be like there are 3 characters present. So the condition will be true, as the length of this jtext field is greater than 0. So that condition is true. The first thing, object of string builder class will be created and the function delete char@, will be called. The argument is jtextfield1.getText.length -1. So here the length is 3 minus 1, which is the second position. By going according to the positioning system, this is 0th, 1st and 2nd position. So 8 will be removed. In this way 8 was removed. Similarly, now if I am clicking on backspace, then the length will be 2 and the last position will be the first position, which is actually this 4, and then 3. So if I evaluate a bigger number, like if I am doing 23 into 37, then my result is 851.0. So here the length is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This decimal will be counted in the string. So the length is 5. So when I click on backspace, the 4th position, which is the last position, will be removed. Similarly, decimal, then 1, 5, 8. So in this way I can erase whole of the text present in the display screen. But once the display screen is blank, now this backspace will not do anything, as the condition, the first condition which is written in if, will be false. So no code will be executed. And at last exit, this just turns off your calculator by calling the function system.exit0. So I hope you like the project calculator.java. Do try it yourself, and if you have any doubt, please ask in the comment section.